Hey guys, this is so crazy. I want you to meet my friend Amy, who was a single mom of three in her 50s, divorced for many years, and had to work three jobs in order to support. She had three jobs, worked 70 hours, missed time from her kids, missed the moments. And you guys, when she joined Legacy, she was able to leave all three of those jobs. She ended up making five figures in 8 weeks. It is wild, you guys, what this program can do for you. Check it out.
All right. Well, welcome everybody. I am talking with Amy, you guys. She literally has some really exciting news, and I'm just going to have her share her story with you guys. But I really want you guys to really pay attention to what she's saying and how she was so coachable, because I will share with you our blueprints work. Our system is proven if you're willing to be coachable and consistent in following it. So, Amy, I'll let you take it away.
Thanks, Michelle. So, guys, 10 weeks ago, I was searching for a way to get out of my two jobs, working 70 hours a week. And I had a couple things that I really, really wanted, which was to quit working 70 hours a week, of course, but I really wanted my time back with my kids. I was divorced 15 years ago, left with three kids on my own and no help. So I've always been a grinder. I've always worked, but it's most of the time was two jobs. So I turned 50. I knew I had to do something different. I was getting tired, and my daughter was going to be a senior. She's going to be a senior this year. And reality really just kind of smacked me and said, "What are you going to do now?" And I knew I was just getting so tired that I needed to do something different. I needed to take control again of my life. So, long story short, I jumped on TikTok, didn't have a TikTok, but I jumped on there and started seeing all of the online businesses make money online. And I did my investigations. I ran into Michelle one day on a live, and I followed Michelle for about over a week. I jumped in there, I asked questions, and Michelle started telling her story. And we were really close in our timelines and being single mamas and being divorcees and just trying to make it work for our kids. So, long story short, she had exactly what I needed. And again, working 70 hours a week, I needed something that I didn't have to invest a lot of time in. So the 2 hour workday really worked for me and what I had going on at the time. So here we are. That was 10 weeks ago. And I sent in my personal information so they would build the website for me. They built the website. I got it back in 12 hours. Few short days after that, I earned that money back, my initial investment. And fast forward 5 weeks, I was still working 70 hours a week. And on that fifth week, I said, I've earned enough that I can quit my part time job. So, yes, yes. Oh my gosh, such a relief. So, 5 weeks in, I quit my part time. And then I really ramped up. I was able to give more time and more energy to the program. And that's exactly what I did. And I just seen it coming and more and more and more. And that's when I said, you know what? I'm going to get rid of my full time. But here's the deal, guys. When I started with daily pay, I initially said, I'm going to do it for 3 years. That was my timeline. And then I moved my 3 years to 1 year. By the time my daughter graduated high school, that was going to be the time that I quit my full-time salary position. But I was earning so quickly that I thought, why not? why? So I moved it down to 6 months, and then I went down to 3 months. Guys, I did it in 8 weeks. 8 weeks. See, at that point, I had earned quite a bit at that point, and I said enough. And it was like an elephant had been lifted off of my chest, and I put in my resignation at 8 weeks for not one, but 2 jobs, guys, 2 jobs. And I got my family back full time. So, yeah. And to date, I am well over 5 figures, and my family is ecstatic about it. They've got their mama back after all these years, and I've got my freedom. I've got my freedom. So, the biggest part of that, and I kind of wanted to touch on really quickly, guys, is that when I did start 10 weeks ago, Michelle had created a 90-day breakthrough. And of course, I was a week or two into the 90-day, but I went back and watched from the very beginning, the very first videos, and I jumped into action on that 90 days. And I said, I am going to earn that 18,000 in 90 days. That was my biggest goal, other than getting my family time back and everything else. But that was what I was striving for, was the 18,000 by the 90-day breakthrough. And guys, I've already obtained that and then some
Congratulations.
before our 90 days
Awesome.
over. Yeah, yes. So I've done it. I've accomplished every hurdle that I had. Guys, I had everything stacked against me. I'm working 70 hours a week as a single mom. My daughter's in sports and she's got a bunch going on. I was able to do this. So for anybody out there doubting themselves or saying, I work too much, I'm a single mom, I'm this, I'm that, please just look at my story and realize that it is there for you. You can obtain it. It is obtainable. And I'm just your average American woman just doing her thing. And here I am.